If you're an oral surgeon or training to be one, you probably have a lot of student loan debt. The reason for this is because you go through undergrad and then you go to dental school and rack up maybe 300 to 400 or 500,000 of debt, and then you go to OMFS residency and then maybe even 2 years of medical school on top of that, so you take out even more debt. So the average student loan planner client that's an oral surgeon has had about 611,000 or so of student loan debt, and that's really quite a bit. Now, when you have that much debt, you have a lot of options to pay it back. Of course, oral surgeons, we know, make a lot of money. But what you maybe haven't thought about is if you can utilize residency to get 4 years of credit towards a loan forgiveness strategy, then you might even be able to do something like pay as you earn and only have 16 years left of payments as an oral surgeon before you could be eligible for loan forgiveness. You would compare that to private refinancing, and you would see what kind of difference the math would suggest between going for forgiveness and paying taxes in the forgiven balance versus going for refinancing as an oral surgeon. Now, if you owe more than $500,000, you also might deal with some issues refinancing your student loan debt. We're experts at navigating that because we're probably the only group in the country that's had multiple clients that are oral surgeons that we figured out their complex student loan situations for. Now, if you've got a bunch of student loan debt, you probably have maybe made some mistakes, and that's okay. Now, you're extremely intelligent, but if you haven't dedicated a lot of time to understanding the student loan rules, you're probably just unaware of some of the tricks of the trade that you can use to get subsidies and lower balances when you end up refinancing. For example, if you consolidate as soon as you get done with your MD portion, if you're doing a 6-year program, you could get onto the revised pay-as-you-earn program and receive an interest subsidy, and the repay program, the revised pay-as-you-earn. That interest subsidy would cover a portion of your interest so that during your residency you could actually get tens of thousands of dollars in subsidies from the federal government simply by starting your repayment and having consolidated the right way. And you could do that if you're eventually going to refinance, or you could go for a forgiveness-based strategy and going for more of a 20-year type of plan with pay-as-you-earn. Now, there's even more complex situations than that. If you happen to be in a community property state with a stay-at-home spouse, you might be able to do some tricks by filing taxes separately to get an even lower monthly payment. You might be able to utilize different write-offs and putting money into retirement plans to try to lower your taxable income there. Now, if you're making $800,000 with a private practice in Maine and you have 600 grand in debt, by all means, pay $30,000 a month or something, get rid of the debt in a couple of years and just move on with your life. But if you've got complex stuff going on with your OMFS student loans, we're experts in figuring that out. What I would suggest is just reach out to us by clicking on the contact button on our website, or you can click on Hire Us, the Hire Us page in the menu bar of studentloanplanner.com, and then you can click on Schedule Your Call, and you can book a call with myself or one of the members of my team. And I guarantee you that you will get the best help figuring out exactly what to do with your debt and from becoming an oral surgeon.